Good morning, Eddie G's Music World. We are at May 21st, 2019. The summer is slowly moving in, spring, I guess, but not in any great rush to get here. Seems like uh, I don't have the Grixter cup this time. It's an I Love Dad cup. See, I love Dad upside down. I could turn it over, but it'd be a real mess. I figured I'd try a few things that are a little different. I'm going to deal with current music charts to go over it a bit and try to see what's popular currently instead of always looking at old music that I talk about most of the time. There could be some old music. The joy of this is I don't know a lot of new music, so I might not have a lot of comments to say about everything. So I'll comment when I can if I think it's interesting. So there's some shows coming up, and I want to go over that amazing meeting I had with Peter Frampton in 1980 one more time for those who don't know it or forgot it. So I went to the concert 1980, Peter Frampton, with a girl that wasn't my girlfriend, just a girl that tagged along. Loved the show. Amazingly, we found out where Peter Frampton would be. Oh, 1 second. I'll take a phone call during the show. It'll be incredibly interesting. Oui, bonjour. Oui, bonjour. Ok, à quelle heure? Ok, serai-toi à 15h30. Ok, pas de problème. Merci. Bonjour. Well, I get a reminder for appointments like, you know, I'm going to this place for 3 years, and every 2 weeks it's an appointment, right? So these people, they think I forgot, you know. They got to call every 2 weeks for years. They have to always remind me to go. Like, I know that I have to go. You don't have to remind me. If I can't go, I'll call you. So back to the Frampton story. So we knew where he'd be going after his live show, which was amazingly good. So we went to the bar, La Nuit Magique in Montreal, and sure enough, he was there. I talked to him about music. He was drinking quite a bit of hard liquor, pounding back maybe 6, 7 hard drinks that I could see. And he proceeds to go to the windowsill of a low level bar, like it's not that high up, and he jumps onto the street. And then I pick him up and I help him up off the floor, off the street, because he's on the street. And nobody cares. Nobody else cared about Peter but me. I'm a music fan, so to me, he's like an idol. So how could I just let the guy be crumpled up on the ground? But he never thanked me, and I've been trying for almost 40 years to get him to thank me. But guess what? July 6th, I will be second row, Mr. Frampton. I will be second row. And I'm going to ask you again to thank me. And I just hope security doesn't throw me out because I'm not going to be menacing about it. I'm only just going to ask for respect. Nobody cared about you but me. I don't think you hurt yourself. You were just a little worn out looking. But you should say thanks. You should. July 6th, Place des Arts. I think it's 8 o'clock. It's a Friday night. I'm going to be there. And yes, Peter, I'm going to try to get you to say thanks for the 20th time. Because I've been emailing him, I've been tweeting him for a bit, and he doesn't answer. Okay, that's one bit of business. The next, I'm in a bit of a conundrum because there's two concerts coming, and they're kind of tempting, but at the same time, I told my friend Danny, I said, okay, I'll go with you to Rick Wakeman, right? So he buys the tickets. He buys really quick. He likes to buy in advance of the show. But then I look it up and I see the current show is not only does he not have a band with him, Rick Wakeman was the keyboardist for Yes, back and forth. He's been in and out of the band for almost 50 years, 48 years or whatever. So not only does he not have a band with him, I was saying, well, if he brings all his synthesizers, I'll be content. I'll say, okay, it's worth it. But he's bringing a bloody piano, no singing, no other instruments, no synthesizers. So now I told my friend, I don't know. This is going to be a weird situation. He's just going to be tinkling the ivories. There's nothing. There's no synthesizers. So I'm like really wondering if I should bother with this concert. But I'll figure it out. It's in September. Tempting because he's a legend. It's set first row or second row, the guy has. And then there's the other guy coming. Another one of these shows where it's very iffy. He's one of the main guitarists for Springsteen, Steve Van Zandt, Miami Steve Van Zandt. And he's Bruce's guy. I mean, he produced, he co-wrote. And he's coming, probably with a band, guitars. He might sing, I don't know. But no Bruce, of course. So how many songs does he have that I know? Assuming he's not going to play Springsteen songs. We're probably talking about one or nothing. So do I go to either of these shows? You know what? I'm a little nervous that I screwed up on these wires. I don't know why, but I'm going to check. Let's see. You know what? The only way I could really tell is to unplugging these wires. And you know what? By unplugging the wires, I might just screw up the entire broadcast. So why don't I just wing it? I'll assume that everything is working. Well, I have been the victim of my own disorganization in the past, so it could happen that I will, I plug things in the wrong way. But I'll go with the assumption that I did it correctly. Okay, so we're going to go to the next item on the list. I thought it'd be fun to just see if I know much about these bands. This is the Billboard chart, top 200 albums, CDs, whatever they are, legal downloads. They're the whole albums. They reflect current sales across the United States. So I'm just going to look at a few and see what I see. Number 200, lowest, Kid Cudi. Now, I know that name, Kid Cudi, but really, I got nothing to say about the guy. I think he's a rapper, he's a hip-hopper. That's all I got. Number 199, because they're going on tour, I guess their albums are starting to catch a little fire again, is the Rolling Stones with their album Hot Rocks, which is the greatest hits between 64 and 71. Because, of course, Mick is gearing up for the tour, and he's better. And so, obviously, somehow they promote the Stones a bit more. They sell a little bit more. Next, number 198 is Tim McGraw, number one hits. He's a massive country star. Story with this guy is when his father, Tug McGraw, was a pitcher for the Phillies, and I was at the baseball game, he was chatting up a couple of women, his father. Nice looking women. And who's there? Pest number one, me, Eddie G. What am I doing? Can I have your autograph? Can you sign the ball? Can you give me a ball? I was 10 years old, so I was like bugging the guy. And you know what he said? Here, kid, have the rest of my bubble gum. And he threw it at me like the wrapper, like the package, not the actual gum. So I kept the gum. I still have it. And his son is Tim McGraw, a bit massive country star. That's a little background there. Number 197, Lil Durk. Look, I don't want to be negative about you, Lil Durk, but I see you there. You got the rapper look. Signed to the Streets 3 is your album. That's all I know. Another guy in the rapper hip-hop world. Listen, we knew we were going to run into these guys. That's what's selling. 2 Chainz. I have heard of Mr. 2 Chainz. Rap or Go to the League. On his way down the chart, but it's at 196. I think I might have even heard one of 2 Chainz songs because I sometimes watch videos and I watch. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember what I thought of the guy. Here's another guy. Seems to be the similar type of music. Tyler, the Creator. Wow, these guys are creating now. Flower Boy. That's his album. If you've got something to add in the comments, if anybody's listening and you like this stuff, I don't hate it. Just tell me what you think. Daniel Caesar, Freudian. Well, that's something. So number 194. Okay, I've been interrupted with a phone call and coffee drinking. I don't think there's anything else that can interrupt me. Maybe a text. Who knows? Number 193 is a massive act that's, I don't know how this guy's still, he's still popular. Bon Jovi, Greatest Hits, The Ultimate Collection. Again, this is tied into a tour because he started to do some more shows. I've never seen an act that they're just guaranteed to get arena shows. Where they just call them, make a couple of calls, boom, across U.S. Then they probably go to Europe. So his album starts selling a little more. Blueface. Who's Blueface? His face doesn't look blue to me. 192, and his album is Famous Crip. Now, Crip was a gang, I think. Bloods and the Crips. I don't know. He might be famous to some people, Blueface, but not to me. Here's a guy who's pretty famous. Number 191, Michael Jackson's Thriller. I remember when this came out, 1982, I think. Obviously, it still sells. It's moving up the chart. I don't know, understand what's prompting it, but maybe they tossed a few thousand copies at all the Walmarts and Target stores, and people are buying them again. Next, 190. This is an act called Ozuna, and the album is called Aura. Ozuna, I don't know much about you. I'm not going to lie. Here's a band that I do know a lot about. Number 189, Daryl Hall and John Oates, the very best of Daryl Hall, John Oates. Who's buying that, man? This is like ancient history. He's got a show, Daryl, live at Daryl's house. I've seen it a couple of times. He's got a few good stories, and, they've had a great career, but somebody's buying out these records again or downloading them legally or whatever. Here's someone that, of course, is a massive star currently, Ariana Grande. Her album is Dangerous Woman. Well, I guess Pete Davidson, her ex-boyfriend, and the other one before him, Post Malone, that killed himself, might think she is dangerous because their interactions, at least one of them died. Pete Davidson's still alive, so he moved on to Kate Middleton, and not Kate Middleton, that's the princess, Kate Beckinsale. So this guy doesn't miss a beat. Sorry, I know Pete Davidson's never going to see this video, but look, dude, I'm not great looking, but I'm certainly better looking than you. And I ain't never had a transition of Ariana Grande level to Kate Beckinsale level. This has never happened to me. Life is just not fair that you could pull that off. You're a dork. I saw you in the movie, with the Motley Crue movie. You walk around like a schlub, but that's your role. You have to walk around like a schlub. But you're not a good-looking guy, but you're cocky. That's the key. Most successful people in the world are the not good-looking guys that think they can do anything because they think they're better than they are. That's the key. Maybe I am a little bit okay, but maybe I don't have enough confidence. But I still got women. Okay. Number 187 on the Billboard Top 200 current charts. 6ix9ine. Wow. What a deep name for an act. And the album is called Dummy Boy. I'm looking at the album cover. It looks like a girl, but it could be a boy. Some kind of a yellowish, greenish hair. So 6ix9ine. Number 186, Lady Gaga, The Fame. She's a huge act. I never really was a massive fan of hers. I like a couple of her songs, I like Born This Way and everything else. And she's kind of got a snooty style about her, Madonna-ish. Those kind of women or acts. I've never been a big fan of that kind of snooty, I'm the greatest in the world attitude. Number 185, Bryson Tiller, Trap Soul. I don't know who this guy is. Number 184, the guy who's going through all these psychological problems now. Poor Justin Bieber. His album is called Purpose. Is it new? Let's see. Reentry. So probably fell off and coming back. Apparently, he's taking a break from show business. He's got psychological problems. He married one of the Haley Baldwin, which is the daughter of Stephen Baldwin. Look, I mean, it is possible the guy might be going through some hard times. Just because he's a massive success doesn't mean you can't go through hard times. I should be a little less critical of the guy. I don't know the guy. His music has never been anything exciting for me, but people love the guy. Next, Kanye West, though. I want to hate the guy's like abilities and his talents. Here, the album is called Life of Pablo. But, he has good rhymes. I mean, he's a big fan of Trump. He married a Kardashian, so that's strike 1 and 2 right now. And look, let him be. The guy's a big deal. Let him keep rolling around and coming up with music. Doesn't bother me really. 182. Maybe we'll go to 170. See, but the thing is, this chart's very weird because if I keep doing this, the chart position is going to change next week because they update it once a week. So by the time I get around to it next week, there'll be a new bunch of albums in the chart. Not that anybody's going to really care what number the album is, but it's just for fun. 182. Frank Ocean. Blonde is his album. This is a guy, he was famous for being gay. That was like a big story. Frank Ocean is gay. Then he won an award, and there was a big like buzz about the guy, like a Sam Smith situation. He's gay. Everybody's freaking out. He's a talented guy. Everybody loves the guy. He's going to be the next big thing. Then you kind of sense that he's backing out of the whole, like his music is a little less played. Although Sam Smith, I heard he has a new record up, but I don't really follow that. Frank Ocean, I thought I heard one song or two songs from this guy. I liked them, but I don't listen to new music as much as older ones. Let's see, 181, Billboard chart, current 200. Soundtrack, 13 Reasons Why, season 2. I got nothing. 180, Little Skies, Life of a Dark Rose. Oh, I see a picture of a guy on the cover. He looks black. Maybe he's the Dark Rose. And I'm supposed to know that. Maybe it's all about him because he considers himself a Dark Rose. 5 Seconds of Summer, I do know a bit about them. They were a big boy band by, I think, around 2014, 13, 14. Kind of like One Direction timing, same type of thing. And somehow they're still around. The album is called Youngblood, maybe referring to them, or the song Youngblood. They're dropping down. They're at 179, but on the way down. Tori Lanez, Love Me Now. Well, Tori, I see your picture, and I don't think I want to love you. Next, Young Boy Never Broke Again. Better be careful with your money, bro. You could be broke again. The album is called For Respect, For Freedom, For Loyalty, For What Imp. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. Anyway, number 176, we do know a lot about this guy. He burst onto the scene like a bat out of hell. No, it's not Meatloaf. Bruno Mars, Doo-Wops, and Hooligans. This guy is massive. Now, is he slipping? I don't know. A guy like that, I've been wrong. He's like an Usher. I always think Usher's on his way out. Then he comes up with a record and, he's number 1 for 2 months or whatever. But this guy, Bruno Mars, I think he's probably still popular. I'm going to go with that. It's moving up the charts, but it's an old album. It's like 3, 4 years or 5 years old. He comes to Montreal. He sells out the arena in like 1 or 2 days. So he's still got something. Number 175, Little Mosey. North's Best. Okay. Don't know much about Little Mosey. Don't know nothing. Halsey, I've heard of them. Hopeless Fountain Kingdom is the record. Halsey. Is that I get mixed up with Hailstorm, Lizzie Hale, Halsey. They're kind of all mixed into my head, so I'm not sure much about this. Number 173 is Adele with 21. So this girl, she's amazing. You'd think over time, which it's been about 8, 9 years that she's been around, that the public would get tired of her like every 3, 4 years, comes up with a record type of thing. You'd think, oh, people will, will forget about her. Like she'll end up being like kind of like in the back. But no, this girl's album is still selling. And I know if she comes up with a new record, everybody's going to go ballistic. They're going to go crazy for her because she's got a great voice. I read that she got a divorce. Wow. She has a kid, has a divorce. What's going on now? Everybody's getting divorced? I can understand. 172, another Rolling Stone album on here. Hank. Oh, Honk. Sorry. I think that was the one that came out, the most recent album with the bluesy stuff. And again, it's all connected into the fact that they're going on tour. So it's all like little deals going on. Number 171, Brooks and Dunn, Reboot. Now, I know Brooks and Dunn have been around for a good 20 years. I don't think I can name you one song that they do because it's pure country. And I wouldn't say I hate country, but I've never been like drawn to it like it's a big deal. So not much else. And here we're going to end it at number 170. Kahan. What is it? Kalani. While we wait. Well, I see the album cover. She looks like an attractive young girl. So maybe I have to start listening to Kalani to see if it's really good. Well, this has been my new thing, not to overdo a show like a long show. So, because I don't know the attention span of people following me out there. But keep looking, keep listening. I'll come up with new stuff. I'll try to be innovative with you. And developments could happen. It seems like the easiest thing is to do the show by myself because without getting into the ins and outs, when I do try to bring a guest on, there's always some kind of a hitch that they don't use Skype or they want you to come to their house in England, and it's just hard. I don't know. I'll give the Greekster credit. The guy lines people up. He's amazing. And I wish I would have heard a show last night, but I didn't. But I will catch a show within the next day. Take care, buddy. Everybody, take care. May 21st, 2009. Eddie G's Music World signing off. Goodbye.